Welcome to another wine session with Marcel. Today we're going to talk about California wines. Before I do, I'd like to reflect on COVID-19. We've had the opportunity to be in isolation. The whole world came together. We all were home fighting this together as one kind, human kind. And let's remember that. Ladies and gentlemen, California is one of many of our members' favorite region. California has thrived since the 1976 tasting the great Judgment of Paris. There's a great movie called Bottle Shock that relates to the movie and what happened when they took a red and a white, or several white, and they put them side by side with the best Burgundy whites and the best Bordeaux reds. And surprisingly enough, the red wines were doing really well for California. As a matter of fact, one of them won over all of them, and that was Stag's Leap. In terms of the whites, it was Chateau Montelena that beat all the great Chardonnays from Burgundy. It was an eye-opening experience, and that's when California started thriving, though the wine industry started way before 1976. Sideways is another great movie where it talks about how great Pinot Noir is in the region, and the two gentlemen that made this movie were kind of putting down Merlot, though we got to remember that Chateau Petrus is 99% Merlot and is one of the most expensive wines in the world, and it is from Saint-Emilion, from Bordeaux. The varietals that thrive really well in California are varietals that came originally from Bordeaux, like Merlot, Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon. Those varietals are what makes the two best regions, or one of the two best regions in California great, which is Napa and Sonoma. Mostly those grapes thrive in Napa. In Sonoma, the great varietal of Burgundy Pinot Noir is what really has actually put Sonoma in the map as one of the greatest wine regions in the world. We have a great representation of really good wines here that are part of your list. And this, starting with the Stag's Leap, actually wine cellar, the Artemis, and the Artemis Napa Cab 2015 is a superb wine. This is not the one that won back in 1976, obviously, but it is the same winery. Over here we have Bonanza from Chuck Wagner. He is the creator of the wine Camus, superb wine from Napa, great Cabernet Sauvignon. We could not actually talk about California without talking about Zinfandel. And Zinfandel is one of the varietals that thrives in California, and they have called it their own, though it is originally a varietal that came from Croatia and was brought to California. And this is from the Frank family, great wine. Arrieta is one of my favorite wines for sure. H. Hudson, it is the winery owned by a really nice man that was a top auctioneer in one of the big auction houses in the States, and decided to create his own label. And I remember singing Mac the Knife, because he's a great musician too, singing Mac the Knife in the lower lounge with this gentleman, the owner of this winery. Ray Signorello, also another gentleman that was here. This is his top wine called Padrone. When he was here, Robert Parker had been to his winery a couple of years ago and had rated his wines, and he was really excited to hear back. A week later, he called me, and his wine, his Cabernet Sauvignon, rated 97, and Screaming Eagle, which is one of the most expensive wines, if not the most expensive wine from California, red, had only scored 95 points. Signorello wines, superb. Amulet is another big name, and this is a really nice wine, all Napa 100% cab. This lovely wine also, they make really good wines in Napa and Sonoma and the rest of California. Sauvignon Blanc thrives. This is Imolo from also Chuck Wagner's property. It's actually his daughter who was here, who owns this lovely winery and makes exceptional wine. David Remy is one of the well-known boutique wineries. David Remy started making wines at Chateau Petrus when he was 19 years old. And then went off to France all over and learned from the best. And he is one of the top producers in my humble opinion. This is a great Chardonnay from Sonoma. And also from Sonoma, this is a great Syrah. Syrah does really well in California also. J-Lord is a signature name of course, in California. This is actually from Paso Robles or Robles. It's in Merlot, and this is a 2017, which is superb and really, really good value too. Brewer Clifton, 2014 Santa Rita Hills. This is a really good Pinot Noir. Santa Rita Hills, along with other regions south, make really, really good wines, including Santa Elena. Santa Elena here, in this case, Hayfork, this is actually a Cabernet Sauvignon, but they also make really good Pinot Noirs. United States produces wines in every single state except Hawaii and Alaska. But Napa, Sonoma, and most of the regions in California produce some of the best wines in the world. Let's not forget Oregon and Washington also. But if you haven't had a California wine, try one next time.